Diaspora platform. Come back home. Come back home. Come back home. Come back home.
Hello and welcome to the Diaspora platform, the show that brings people and the world together. You know, we have all been traveling. Some of us travel internally. We are local champions, but there are others who go outside and come back. This show is made for people who have experienced life outside Ghana and they have come back home for one or two reasons. Don't go away. I'm going to show you a beautiful woman today and share her experience with you. Back in a moment. Back in a moment.
Oh gosh, it's lunchtime and I'm hungry.
Did you forget to call Abenchi on Wheels?
Of course, Abenchi on Wheels. I love their jollof, fried rice, wache, bangkung, fufu, and many more. Enjoy free delivery of express hot meals daily in the comfort of your home or office.
Call them now on 020-121-0000 or visit Abenchi on Wheels, www.abenchi.com. That is ABENKYI. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Abenchi on Wheels. Hot meals coming your way.
Welcome back to the show. This is the Diaspora platform, the show that brings people and the world together. In the studio with me today, I have a very beautiful and majestic personality who has traveled the world. She's here to share her life experiences outside and why she still is in Ghana at this time. Please help me to welcome to the show my own twin sister, who is also my mommy, Reverend Dr. Francisca Duncan Williams. We like to call her Mama Francisca. Mommy, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
It looks like you can run, but you can't hide from me. Or I can run, but I can't hide from
Mommy,
you.
I'm stalking you. I'm stalking you. Everywhere you go,
Everywhere we are there.
Mommy, it's so good to have you in the show.
Nice to see you again. You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you. I'm trying to be like you.
Oh, bless you.
Amen. We are so happy to have you. I'm sure my viewers are getting ready, calling their friends and family to watch the beautiful Mama Francisca on the show. And I know you have been in and out of Ghana. Would you be very kind to share with my viewers what exactly triggered you leaving in the first place to go and look for other resources or life outside Ghana?
Wow, thank you. Mine wasn't actually leaving to look for resources. What happened was when I finished my secondary school education, I got a nice package.
Yes.
And I was given a free ticket to the UK for passing my exam.
We all want that. Oh, Mommy, okay, talking about that, that even means that we have to know where you went to school.
Accra High School.
His school?
Yeah, his school. His school. And so when I passed my exams, my family was so happy, you know, so they said, go to the UK, go for holidays.
Wow.
And you see, those days, it was so easy, just take your bag and you're gone.
I know.
So that is how I started traveling outside Ghana. So I was in Ghana. I was over there for vacation for a few months, and then I came back, and then, you know, after that, got the opportunity to go back and forth, UK, US, other places. But what actually took me mostly away was because my children, my two girls, at that time, when they were much younger, were schooling in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mommy, so I want us to be able to help the viewers. I'm sure people know Mama Francisca, Mama Francisca. Can you tell them who is Mama Francisca? Who is Ama Francisca?
Ama Francisca. Most people ask me, so what what is the ama? The ama, is it just ama or is that something else?
Something else.
In case Osu ama.
Osu ama.
Osu ama.
Just ama.
All I know is that I was born in Osu, and then my she agbeji Osu. Your local name is ama.
Ama.
So that's it. Nothing was added.
Shibaka no koe like
Abake rama alo nanama alo
like Nanayaa ama foa. Ya ama foa. Ama akonobia. Ama hofe. Ama.
You see, my mother didn't add anything.
We will add our hofe to it for you. Ama hofe. Yes.
Wonderful. So yes, I was born in Osu. I live with my mother, and because I was told my dad passed when I was just a baby.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sorry about
my
that.
dad was from France.
Okay.
So you can see the beautiful combination.
Yes, I do.
My mother, a beautiful woman from Osu.
Osumbefa.
Osu.
Osushiami.
Osushiami, called Castle. You see where the traffic lights.
Okay.
Yes.
Downtown.
Osuaneho. Right. So I started from there, and of course, everybody going through school, went to secondary school. But I had a passion for the things of God. And it's all because my mother put this whole thing there. I thought my mother put it there. Actually, I know it was from God, but God used my mother because my mother had offered her house.
Okay.
Our house at Teshinungwa Estates in the early 70s. I'm talking around 72, where there was no church in the Teshinungwa area. So we had gone there, and then my mother offered her home for church to start there. And so different pastors were coming from Trinity College, Sunday after today, Methodist, tomorrow, Anglican, that kind of thing. Yes. So that is how the Teshin United Church was started, right in my home.
I see.
Yes. And because we were children and, of course, church is coming to your home, what do you have to do? Get up, clean the hall. People are coming. We are going to have church service. Somebody's carrying a chair. Somebody's cleaning the floor. Yeah. So we started doing that.
You were part of it.
You had to be part of it.
Yeah.
And if you knew my mother. My mother was a perfectionist. My mother, she would just come home, move one of her shoes, rub her feet on the ground.
To see if it's clean.
To see if she finds one grain of sand, have to do the whole thing again.
Wow.
So everything had to be in order.
Yeah.
That was my mother for you. And so everything, yes. So I started getting involved in the things of God at that early age. Just a young girl, serving, doing interpretation. I was actually also moving from our place, first junction to the third junction, which was about an hour's walk or even more, to go and teach Sunday school, then walk back to our home where the adult service was taking place.
Why so far?
Yeah, the children's service was over there at the third junction, and then my mother had hers because at that time somebody had also offered his house for the children's service. So ours was the adult. So I'll go there, then walk back, come and do, then after that, the pastors,
Chief Superintendent of Children's Service.
I'm telling you, oh yes, I was a child myself, and you should have seen us. And it was so beautiful because, God put so much love in my heart for the work of God that I would gather the children. Christmas time, we'll go from house to house, sing carols, nice. Christmas carols. You see, we'll go from house to house, and sometimes the parents will laugh at us because one voice was going that way, another was the whole thing. There was no choir master. But
you sung the song.
We sung the song, and the parents were so happy, and then they would give us, biscuits and sweets and some, and then 1st of January, we'll have a party for them. So we had a wonderful time. So that was how my passion for the things of God began to grow. And then when I had an opportunity to also travel, I felt, well, let me do some few courses here and there. So I started actually in the US, started doing short courses with Casey Treat Ministries. I'm sure you've heard. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I went to Casey Treat. Yes. He's a big man now. They had just started. They were quite young. So I started from there. So anywhere I had an opportunity, I wanted to gain more knowledge.
Exactly.
I'm somebody who likes to add value. I love knowledge. What do you say about knowledge? You always say knowledge is
information is knowledge. Knowledge is power, and power builds your confidence.
Exactly.
If you want confidence, get information.
Get information. And I love confidence. I like to talk and know that.
Exactly.
I know what I'm talking about.
You know that you know.
I know that I know. and I don't like to give people wrong information. So I started, and then that led from one thing, started getting to one course or the other. And by the grace of God, got my master's, 3, 4, and the rest is
and now we have
Francisca. And we are still,
Francisca Institute of Theology. We'll come there. Mommy, your background is exciting.
Yes,
and, you are a role model to many, many people.
By the grace of God.
Yes. So have you lived outside Ghana for a long period of time?
I did. About 8-9 years. I was away in the UK, getting one degree after the other in the theology with
building your soul, your information.
Exactly. With the Rama Bible College in the UK, and but I've been back and forth, because the children, I was telling you about the children, they were in the UK.
That's where they went to school.
That's where they went to their secondary school, because there was some kind of exam that was brought here at that time many years ago, and then I just said to them, well, you are so young, but they were then in Achimota.
Is it a TOEFL?
I don't even remember. It's many years ago. And so just go and try. Let's see whether it worked. Then Elsie, the oldest girl, the first girl, took the exam. She passed.
Nice.
And then I thought, oh my God, this young lady is going to be in UK alone. Why doesn't her sister join her? And if you know Ella for any reason, very brilliant.
Your copycat. How many children do you have?
4.
Wow.
4 by the grace of God.
Amen.
And she also took the exam.
And she passed.
The grace of God. So the two of them had to be in the UK. So I was going to the UK back and forth, and then also to the US, because after a while they moved from the UK to continue in the US. They continued their secondary school education and then to Oral Roberts University.
Okay.
So then I was, mommy.
Yes.
You had to be going back and forth, make sure they're okay.
Yes.
So I had to literally take some time also to live there to make sure
to be close to them.
Close to them. You know what it is, for young people to be away, young ladies.
The pressure.
Hey. A different environment, different culture, all that. Home food.
And mommy's meat pie.
Mommy's cooking, So I was there at home taking care of them, cooking, and then they would bring their friends home. Because the house was just like 2-3 minutes from the school, just across the street.
Yes.
So when they close from school, you see all these children coming, pastors' children gathering in the house and eating, and then they will go, oh, your mother is so cool, your mother is so cool. You know how they say it over there. And I loved it. And so, the God's work continued to where I am now.
Wow.
Yes.
Viruses and germs are so tiny we can't even see them with our eyes. For this reason, we need to sanitize and disinfect all the time. Disinfect and stay healthy with Top Shine products, which includes Top Shine Sanitizer, Top Shine Alcohol Spray, and Top Shine Liquid Soap. Sanitize your hands with our sanitizer and disinfect all surfaces with our alcohol disinfectant and spray. And wash all your things with our liquid soap. Top Shine products are produced by Top Chemicals and Industries, a member of Tinaifa Group and approved by the FDA. For inquiries and bulk purchases, contact 0545 665 000. You can also visit www.tinaifagroup.com. Top Shine, revealing hidden treasures everywhere.
So since now when they finish school, how about the boys? You have two girls and two boys.
Two girls, two boys. The boys, the last one, he is still in school.
Okay.
Yes, but the rest are all grown ups, married.
Yes, I remember we went to Joel's
wedding.
Hey,
yeah. So I have one more to go.
You have one more to go. My shoes are ready, Mama.
That's it. Your shoes are ready. So Daniel, there you go. Yes.
My shoes are ready. I'm waiting for the dress. Then
yes, that's right.
So, Mommy, tell us, when you were living in America compared to when you were living in the UK, was there any similarity? Are there similarities in both countries?
For me, I thought, well, I was missing my Ghana.
Yeah. Because
living in a different culture, you know, everything was different. What I didn't like at all was the winter.
Oh.
Oh, the winter. And then when you're in the US, you know, some places are so windy, you know.
Chicago. The windy state.
My dear, and the snow. You know, we were in South Bend, and then you know, South Bend and Chicago are just next door.
Okay.
So South Bend was where all the snow gathered.
Hey.
And oh my Lord. And during those periods, I was like,
where is
who
Ghana?
Sent me here?
No.
Who sent me here? What am I doing here? Let me go back to Ghana. But of course, when you have something to do, I believe that God at every point of one's life takes you somewhere for a purpose.
Yeah.
But then you have to know the reason for which you are there. You know, me being a Ghanaian, I didn't see myself living there all my life.
Yes.
So I had my plans made up. You know, even before I went there, I knew that I was going to go get some education, do this, come back, come and continue.
Yeah.
You know, because for me, I strongly believe that God, as Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5 says, God formed me in my mother's womb and knew me before I was even born. And so if God wanted me to be an American, God would have made my mother give birth to me there. But if God made my mother give birth to me in Ghana, in Ghana, Ghana woman, you know, and when you see me, you know I'm a proper Ghana woman. All the attributes, all the features, everything, you know, Osu woman. It's
proud Osu woman.
Too proud Osu woman. I love my kenke and my shito and my
fish.
You know, early in the morning, my auntie will just call, hey, come here, you know. And you miss all that because this is just not you. But of course, if God, there is a reason why you have to be over there for some period. Why not? You know, you are just, but of course, you have been there for so many years. It's not easy for me. I don't think I can ever adjust to the snow. You know, and then in summer, when you are getting, you know, oh, it's getting hot, then there's no wind blowing, and you are like, oh my God. You know, and then you remember Ghana. When I was in Dallas, you know, Dallas can even be hotter than Ghana. You know, not some places, not only Dallas. You know, then sometimes I have to run to places like Atlanta, running from one place. Just
running from the weather.
Running from the weather. And so, yes, different. I felt UK, they have their own way of doing things. Everything there is small cars, small roads, streets small. So I said, how do you people drive on this street? How do you see what you people have done to us in Ghana? This street is the same. You know. And then you go to America and everything is big, huge. You know, you go to eat and the
super size.
The first time I saw, if you make a mistake and you order a large Coke,
they'll bring you a grawa.
Eat till you drop. And
the buffets.
The buffets. the dinner plate is like this whole place,
Yes.
and you're like, oh my God.
My God.
You know, so yes, definitely, I believe that every country has its own culture and
unique,
differences
yeah.
and unique in its way. So if you go to America, you know, one of the differences, you know, you say something in London, in UK, you go to America, it's a different thing.
And they don't even understand. Mommy, I remember when I boarded British Airways first, and I wanted water. American woman, hey, my bro, funi jinemu, hey jinemu pa na free. Mommy, this flight attendant was looking at my face. I said, can you give me some water, please? Water. I have my kids around. I need water, please. The girl doesn't understand what I'm talking about. and somebody next to me says she wants water.
Water! Missing the tea! No water! No water! Water!
Mommy, I'm just sitting there looking for, you know, because when the children are around you and you say something and you don't say it right, the children laugh at you. Mommy, we don't say it that way. We don't say it that way. I was looking for ladle. You know, ladle? Ladle. So, you know, the Americans, we make life easier. I mean, for me, I think Americans make life easier. They introduce this fast food thing.
Yeah, America
Everything
is easygoing.
fast. Yes.
I think the people there are easygoing.
They are.
You know, I say Americans look as if they have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
All my friends in the
Take
US,
it easy.
they take it easy. They're, hey, doctor, come on, let's go for lunch.
Yeah.
And
when
then
when you get to your chisel people, everything is tight.
And then you get to UK and everybody's like, I'm going to work. I know they go to work in the US too. But, you know, I think Americans are more relaxed. And some of the things I saw the difference. The first time, this lady friend of mine said, oh, today we're all going to lunch with, I'm calling my mother and my friends, my siblings and all that. And we all went to this lunch. And then after eating, everybody was like, Mom, can I have your money?
Oh, no.
This one, can I? Yes.
In the UK?
In the US.
In the US.
And it was all right with them. I said, you don't do this in Ghana. You take your mother out for lunch.
And
you're
asking her for the money.
Yeah, demanding. And for them, it was a normal thing. It was okay. And immediately they finished their lunch, they were planning the dinner. Okay, we are going to meet at. I said, wow. So yes, there are differences in culture, differences in, you know, the way we've been brought up.
Yeah.
I remember the first day I went to UK. Hey, I was cold. I said I wanted a cup of tea, and you know, the way we stayed in Ghana, that was my very first time I'd landed. First morning I landed in UK for the first time. My tea, the lady I was staying with said, Francisca, here, when you stir your tea, the spoon doesn't hit the cup.
Hey, hey.
And then, you know, they say, oh, what will you eat? Oh, I want some rice. And they bring the rice, and it's ketchup, and you don't know.
Stop.
So, now, where is the rice and the stew? Please, in Ghana, we eat rice and stew. They say here too, we don't eat rice and stew.
They have rice and ketchup.
Rice and ketchup.
Hey.
You know. And so it's interesting.
Yeah.
I believe it's nice to travel and see,
Yes.
get the different experiences, you know, so you know how to relate to others. But for me, home sweet home.
Home sweet home.
Home sweet home.
Yeah. So
nothing like
the
home.
children, have they had any experiences in Ghana?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Elsie loves Ghana. Actually, as I'm speaking, she's down with all her children.
Wow.
Yes. Joel is here. And they go back and forth. They go back and forth. Yes, they love Ghanaian food. Mm-hmm. So
Ghana is sweet, huh?
Ghana. You know, one of the things that really scared me abroad were the laws.
Yeah.
I was so careful not to do
Fall
something.
into-
You know, you could just do something without any motive, and then it's seen in another way.
Yeah.
And I believe it's because, you know, you don't know the
Ignorance,
culture.
but ignorance no excuse
Ignorance
for
is
the
no
law.
excuse. And so a lot of people go over there thinking they're going for greener pastures. Now you get there only to realize that sometimes if you haven't gone properly, and when I say properly, maybe you have a job that you're going to, your documents are all in place, things are done properly, then you go there and realize that, wow, it's not as easy as I thought. Even when you go and even you have things in place, you realize that things are not the same.
Yeah.
Over here, you can just walk to your auntie's house. Oh, auntie, I've come. I'm hungry. Do you have any food?
Yeah.
But there, you can't do that. You have to call.
Yeah.
Make sure that, you know, hey, and the person will tell you whether you can come or not.
Your own, even your parents.
A friend or a young man who had gone there, won the lottery visa, went over there, had to be sleeping in the cinema halls because, yes, living with his own family, but everybody, you know how it is, everybody takes care of themselves.
Yeah.
Everybody pays their own bills. So when it was winter, he had to run into the cinema hall to go and sleep there because he didn't have money to take care of himself. You know, so it's not easy. Here, our culture is different. You can move around, go to some, you know, we call your door neighbor. Oh, please, can you, I'm going out, or can you
watch over
my house? Can you go and do, oh, you see, what I couldn't stand, you can't even take this rose from somebody's garden.
Sure.
Here somebody will just go
Right.
You know, I was like, wow. You know, but I learned a lot. I learned discipline. It taught me discipline. It taught me how to, you know, order my steps. You couldn't just come there, see somebody's water on the table. You didn't put it there.
Yeah.
And then you just come, you're thirsty, and then you take it like people do, you know. You can do that. Somebody's going to take you to a court for just...
Yes. You know, there was a time that we were driving and we had to go into, do a U-turn. And doing the U-turn, if you face somebody's house, if the front of your car goes into the driveway, that's trespassing.
Trespassing.
Just before we were able to go in and out, the police came.
You can't park in front of somebody's house for 2 minutes.
No, because you have entered the house with the front of your car, meaning you are coming into the house.
What are you doing there?
And this old woman was standing in her window. In the first place, she has seen, she has seen black people in the car in that area, and she's already scared. So she calls the police. Who's the police on standby? Already, I've seen strangers in my area. So before we could even go into the driveway and do the U-turn, the police was behind there. We said, we're just doing a U-turn. You cannot do a U-turn in somebody's driveway.
You can't even park in front of somebody's house.
But mommy, right here in my driveway, you come and people have parked their cars and they have left. They have parked their cars
and
left.
Home sweet home.
Oh.
They've just parked and they are gone.
Oh, they are gone. They put the key in their pocket, park their car in front of your house, and gone. Whether you come out or not, they don't care.
Just go out there, you get the wache seller, and you get the plantain seller, and you are okay.
You're okay. Hey, home sweet home.
I remember.
Mommy, hold your thought, please.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, Mommy says, I remember. Continue with I remember. Back in a moment. Back in a moment.
Destino